You're tuning into Black and White Sports on YouTube. The no-holds-barred truth on sports. The main event starts.
All right, Black and White Sports supporters. Well, today is the NFL Super Bowl. It's pretty amazing that congratulations, Roger Goodell and the NFL. The entire event is officially not about a football game at all. You've turned it into a circus clown show because of your little halftime situation you've brought on yourself. Anyway, the other day I made a video. We all know how neglected Nike has treated Caitlin Clark for a long time. They didn't finally release a real commercial that was, and granted, when they did, it was a fire commercial, but it didn't come out till December, like 6 weeks ago. And she's been in the league since May of 2024. They neglected her. Signature shoe, forget about it. It's not out yet. Hopefully that this spring, maybe. And then the other day I did this video and we found out that Nike is facing a federal investigation for DEI discrimination against white workers. And I talked about the other day, I said, was Asia Wilson's comments about things related to Caitlin Clark, especially the marketability and the fandom prior to Caitlin Clark starting in the league, where Asia Wilson very publicly made things about black, white, race. We all heard that. And I said, interesting. So you mean to tell me Nike puts out virtually nothing, and they're what at the time, before Caitlin Clark actually got in the league, their biggest WNBA star came out and made a racial issue out of Caitlin Clark's arrival into the league. So, interesting. Nike has an unbelievable opportunity to promote Caitlin Clark at the Super Bowl, right? Don't count on it. Don't hold your breath. Don't hold your breath for that, because Nike has decided to not run an ad at this year's Super Bowl. Guys, I mean, come on. What are we doing? What are we doing? And we'll get to Sophie Cunningham in a minute, because Sophie Cunningham very playfully threw some shade at Caitlin Clark over Nike this week. And Sophie wasn't wrong. She come out and said out loud what we all think. Nike has confirmed to Adweek that it will not run an ad at Super Bowl 60. The move comes just 1 year after the brand ended its 27-year hiatus with the, quote, "So Win," a widely praised ad from Whedon Kennedy Portland that championed women in sport. At the time of the publication, Nike did not provide additional comment on the decision to stay out of this year's big game. The brand will still have a dominant presence as the NFL exclusive supplier of uniform, sideline practice, and base layer apparel for all 32 teams. Nike's buzzy 2025 Super Bowl spot shone a spotlight on athletes including WNBA star Caitlin Clark, WNBA champion Asia Wilson, and Olympic sprinter Sha'Carri Richardson. They ain't putting her in an ad right now, I guarantee you, after her little incident with the cops. The minute-long commercial was hailed as a creative triumph, helping Nike's logo garner more screen time than any other brand during Super Bowl 59. The Portland company's decision to forego an ad in the NBC 2026 broadcast, with prices coming in at $8 million for 30 seconds, comes as it orchestrates a turnaround plan focused on reversing years of sluggish sales and restoring its flagship brand. Well, your biggest star is sidelined right now. I mean, you had somebody that could be the equivalent of her own Jordan Brand, and you sidelined her forever. I mean, finally gets Gets a logo. Okay. I mean, it took forever. And you finally got what was a great commercial, but it also took forever. And you see that headline right there. Sophie Cunningham shades Nike with Caitlin Clark treatment comment. I mean, even her teammate knows it. Sophie Cunningham put out she's repping these sneakers, okay? Sophie said these are legit everyone's favorite shoes. Dress them up or down, so swaggy yet elevated and clean. Thank me later. Caitlin Clark got playful with her. I promise you, they aren't my favorite. Okay? I mean, that's funny. But Sophie didn't pull any punches. She tagged Caitlin Clark and answered and said, I promise you, we get treated better at Adidas. Woo! That shot fired. I mean, it is. I'm obsessed with these shoes. And do I think that she's throwing shade at Caitlin necessarily? No. This is absolutely throwing shade at Nike for her treatment of Caitlin Clark, of their treatment of Caitlin Clark. I mean, her teammates know it, for crying out loud. They got the biggest, let's be real. I've said this before. Caitlin Clark's the biggest star in basketball right now, male or female. I'd say if LeBron hadn't fell out of favor with so many people across the country, you could be like, oh no, it's LeBron. You can't do that anymore. I mean, now LeBron has a game. A lot of people tune out instead of tuning in. We saw that during the playoffs in ratings a couple of years ago. But they've had Caitlin Clark sitting there forever, and they completely ignored her. And I will contend they ignored her over making a social political statement. You will never convince me otherwise. Caitlin Clark is a straight white female. I think Nike was scared to actually promote her because they didn't want backlash from other WNBA players and the old WNBA fandom that would have construed that into, oh, Nike's turned into a bunch of racists. Oh, they're pushing the Clark thing, huh? Here comes her racist fans. We all know how this goes. We all know what social media would be percolating out there. I mean, that's crazy. You get handed an opportunity to showcase. You could have literally launched, even if you were just to rerun the same Caitlin Clark commercial that you ran just a couple of 3 weeks ago, rerun it again. There's a lot of people that haven't seen it. Rerun it again during the Super Bowl. Showcase your now biggest asset. And Nike didn't do it. Oh, we got Caitlin Clark, but we're going to pass on the Super Bowl. God. Okay. I mean, honestly. Sophie's right. Adidas would have treated Caitlin Clark better. Or Under Armour. Steph Curry was mad they didn't land her. Tell me what you think. Nike misses a huge opportunity at the Super Bowl to promote Caitlin Clark, once again dropping the ball. Peace. I'm out. Till next time.
Thanks for watching the show. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Be sure to tune in next time on Black and White Sports.